director has said that like Catherine is the voice of reason for Hal, and that she needed to be the mirror that held him up. Was that something he kind of told you when you guys were initially discussing about the character? How well aware of that before you started working on this?
Yeah, we definitely, we definitely had those conversations. But I think that was honestly really evident to me, even just like in the way that the character was written. As soon as I read the script, it was really evident to me just, how much of a voice of reason she is, especially when you kind of compare her counsel to the counsel that Hal gets from like the men that surround him during the movie. Her intentions are kind of untouched by thirst for power or greed, and you can't say the same for the men, I think, around him. And so, I feel like that was really beautifully depicted just in the writing, and I was really excited to kind of dive into that and talk about it with David, and yeah, for sure.
Great. I kind of want to talk about actually Catherine's first scene, where she sees her father kind of talk to this very young king. What do you think is kind of going into her head while this is happening in front of her?
It's interesting. You're the first person to talk to me about that scene because I think I think it's a really interesting scene too. And I was trying to, even though because we don't see me for like the first part of that scene, it's just kind of between the two of them. But I was there the entire time, obviously watching this all happen and trying to get into her head and everything. I think that she really is trying to. I think that she is observing him with a curiosity and kind of sussing him out and trying to figure out, because she knows of his actions, she knows of the kind of king that he's been and the many people that he's killed and everything. And so I think that in that scene and just in general when they're first kind of meeting and getting to know each other, she's trying to figure out, who is this man that I've been betrothed to and trying to not separate the man from the action, but trying to figure out, okay, I know of his leadership, I know of his actions, of his battles, but who is this person that I'm meant to now make a life with? So I think she's trying to kind of figure him out in that way, and she's observing him, she's curious and trying to figure out who he is.
Do you think she's kind of trying to control the situation when she finally actually starts talking to him?
Lean back a little bit.
I think that she is making what she can out of the situation that she's been placed into. I mean, for women at that time period, the paths and the purposes of their lives were basically decided by their families and by the men in their lives. And so I think, she doesn't have a choice about who she's going to marry, about what kind of life she's going to have. And so I think that she's been observing all of this, kind of from kind of behind the scenes of has been observing all of this. And so I think she has a perspective on all of these actions in this whole story that Hal couldn't possibly have. So when she delivers this kind of truth to him, it's almost like a revelation to him when to her it is, the obvious truth of what's been going on this entire time. And she delivers that with such a, a level-headedness and an assuredness. And so I think that, it's something that maybe only a woman who, maybe only a person who's been put into the position that she has could have, that kind of perspective.